Hi, and welcome to another little session to try to make it easier on you in your search for understanding of the criteria. Now, this is something I've been saying to you a lot lately, that anything you do is you are telling me a story. And so when you're telling me the story, you must tell me all things. I've been saying things like it equates to leaving pages out when you don't provide information. So here's something I'd like you to go through before we end up with the handing our stuff in. All right, so it's quite obvious really, language matters. Now we're basically a dual language school, so that means we are English and Putonghua. Now obviously I do not speak Putonghua, so to help me out, you should be using your best English communication skills. English communication skills are used all through the school. So we should use them. Just because you're in science does not mean to say we don't use our language correctly. So you should follow the normal language conventions, like capital letters for proper nouns and starting sentences, etc. Right? Now, it's very important that you use the appropriate type of language when you're doing things. For example, if you're describing or explaining something, so let's say you're setting up a research question. You're trying to give me some details, so maybe we should be using sentences. When you're doing your background search about what's going on and what the science is involved in your activity, that also is going to be a description or explanation. So using sentences makes it come together. If you just do a whole heap of points, bullet points, they might be in the wrong order. It will make no sense. It's like shuffling the pages in your book. Right? So what you got to do is do that. But sometimes it's perfectly fine to just use a series of points. Now, I would suggest I would be using a series of points in my lists. So when I put down all the equipment I'm going to use, or in my method, which is a sequence of steps, isn't it? So having labeled steps is fine. Now, this is important. I've had some people over the years who have changed the order of things in a lab report. And it does not make it any better, actually it makes it worse. It's like, again, you're shuffling the pages and you're putting things after where they should be. So as it says here, a story has flow, and by that I mean that when I'm reading it, one part leads to the next part, which leads to the next part. Right? So you have a sequence of events. And this is what we call the storyline, and it's up to you to keep that storyline logical and sequential. All right. Now, we've got a lab report, and we've actually done it so that you have to do it sequentially. We've put the sequence there for you. Next year, and in future years, you will have to do that yourself. Now, there will be some guidance from your teachers about the order of doing things, just to help you out. When you are writing your story, you should think about, I need to provide details so it is clear. And the amount of details I need, again, should be sufficient to fully explain something. And this is where some of you are being let down. You should almost like you are providing a story for someone who knows nothing about what you are doing. So you have to be clear, you have to have the flow, and you have to have the details. Okay, so let's make sure we try to do that. So before you hand stuff in, this is why I'm doing this. I would like you to recheck that you've actually got everything we're supposed to be. Right. When we're doing something, it has to be clear. So if you are telling me something about something, tell me about it. If you're describing, you can talk to me how big it is, its colour, whatever. Don't be frightened to put it in. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing. Is it going to basically affect your grade if you put it in? Well, it could. It could affect your level because it might be providing just the right detail we need to move forward. Don't leave details out. What I've said here, it makes the understanding of the reader much better. Now, you can't simply leave things out because, oh, Mr. Carson knows something. He's my teacher. He knows the science. He knows about what's going on. No, because then it becomes I have to fill in the gaps and it becomes my project. So I don't give you the grades anymore. You don't get the levels. I do. And that's not the purpose of doing this, is it? One thing I've noticed people are reluctant to do is to tell me what they actually found out when they did the activity. What did you find out? Did the numbers get bigger? Did they get smaller? Did they go up quickly? Did they go up slowly? Why not tell me these things? Build your story around what you found out. This is really important in the second criteria, criterion C, where you're telling me about what you found out and what you think it means. All right? So don't be frightened to add details. Use some of the information you found out. We ask you to research because it also helps you understand what could happen and, most importantly, why something could happen. Right? So use your research to back it up. It doesn't matter if you say it twice. If you say it once in your research and once in trying to explain what's going on, that's okay. But make sure you do it. Right, this is one thing that people get lazy about, and it can produce all sorts of problems, so we have to be very, very careful with it. There could be some academic honesty issues. You sign a form at the start of, or just before you hand it in, you signed a form for me which says that the academic honesty issues have been got rid of. So we need you to give the authors credit. Now, we taught you how to do that by using according to statements. But you should also tell me about where the works come from. In other words, if the information comes from a website called diffusion, what is the difference between diffusion and osmosis? Then you should tell me that. Now, I've shown you how to use Noodle tools to actually help you make up the proper format. And then we can copy and paste it into our works format. So it's nice and easy. But make sure you do this. It's most important, and you should do it with every subject. It's not only for science, it's for anything that involves research. Now, lab reports involve research. Then we have our criterion D, which involves research too. So you must be good at doing that. But the last thing, when you're doing something, you normally add some visuals. You might add a picture to help explain what goes on in your background information. But remember, I don't know why you put it in there. The reader cannot understand why it's there unless you tell them. So that's why I've said in red down here, you include a sentence. Oh, as you can see with this picture on the right, it shows how water moves in and out of a cell through the membrane, or whatever. Then I know why it's there. If you don't tell me, I don't know. So I need you to do these things, okay? So make sure you have a bit of a look through before you hand in your report. You should go through it and say, does it do this? Does it do the other thing?